everyone, I'm Will from Will's Electrical Services, also known as the Midfield General. In tonight's episode, what I want to do is I just want to give you a quick tour of one of my favourite tools, and that is the Milwaukee M18 Jobsite Fan. I bought this about 3 years ago. I was working with a guy, Paul Mobbs, in a school in South London. We was doing some, we were rewiring, load of lighting and all that, you know, general thing. Obviously, in United Kingdom where we live, I'm sure it happens all around the world, but obviously all the maintenance for schools happen over August when they're having their 6 week summer holidays. And honestly, because some of their schools are so old now and got air conditioning, they are incredibly hot. And Paul had one, and I was eyeing one up for ages, and I thought, we don't really need them over here. It's a bit like your car, you know what I mean? It's like before I had air conditioning in my cars or my van, I would have never ever thought to have had it. But as soon as you've got it, you know, you don't know how you live without it. And that is the same with this. This runs off the M18 batteries. Don't get me wrong, this isn't the only brand that does it. Anthony from ALO, he's got a DeWalt one. I've seen Makita have got the better ones. Makita seem to have the oscillating ones, where this is the DeWalt one, and I think the Bosch one's the same as well. I'm not too sure if Bosch has actually got one. I'm sure they have. I'm sure Festool, Hilti and all that have probably all got them, you know, whichever manufacturers you use. But like with this one, it goes up 120 degrees. It's got 9 stopping positions. As I say, it's got the M18 battery that slots in the top. Obviously, you can use whatever size you want, from 2 to whatever they go up to now, 12 maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm not kept up with all that. It's also got comes with a transformer that plugs in the back, the 18 volt. Oddly enough, it actually runs off the 12 volt. You know, the Milwaukee M12 new digital radios. It also runs off that. It's the same port, but it does run slower. But yeah, it's lovely. I'll quickly give you a quick demonstration. I know on there it's not very good, but with this, like number one's nice and sound. If I'm in the office, I have it on number one. Number two is a lot. And number 3 is unbelievable. It even knocked the old air off my fringe, you know what I mean? But yeah, number 3 is sound. It claims that it actually moves air 40 foot away as well on the number 3, and it's really nice. Me and Ollie have it all the time. We probably have it in the van for about 6 months of the year. There's a handle on the back there. There is also 4 mounting holes which we've got in the van. Is what we actually do is I literally just put it in there, so I carry it around there. I don't have it really mounted in here because we have got the plug-in one. So don't get me wrong, this is 100 quid fan, you know what I mean? The plug-in ones you get from the wholesalers, you know, bigger size as well, are probably 18 quid, you know. You're not really, I'm not trying to say that, but one of the things that all the other guys that don't mention in all the other reviews, which I always use for ours, and I'm sure you guys get involved as well, is that when we're in like dusty old switch rooms, or, you know, rooms in basements, you know, which we've never been, you know, haven't had the doors open, not got any fresh air, what I tend to do is usually open the doors up, put that in there for half hour before I go in there, and then it just makes it a bit more fresher, because, you know, it just makes you feel dirty and horrible, doesn't it, you know. Obviously, perfect place would probably be for it would be in a loft, but obviously you probably wouldn't be a good idea with blowing around all the fiberglass and all that. It probably wouldn't be the best idea, but it's absolutely lovely, and it's nice because, you know, in United Kingdom, England now, you know, in the summers, you know, it goes over 27 degrees probably for about a month of the year now, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It's like, and at least you've got somewhere to go, you know. When I say somewhere to go, if you've got an extension, you know, just a normal downsize of a house, you know, it does cool you, but it's somewhere to go. It's not going to cool the whole room or anything like that. You know, I did actually try the old trick with the old frozen bottle behind, trying to create some air conditioning. Absolute load of bollocks that is. But anyway, would I recommend it? Of course I would. I own one. If they'd done an oscillating one, I'd definitely have it. Run time on the batteries, it isn't an issue, honestly. Like most of my batteries, I've got a 5 amp. That's actually a 4 amp. But, you know, it probably lasts most of the day on a 5 amp. It's one of those things. It's a bit like my rocket light and all that. It doesn't, I think it'd be massively, you know, like use a lot of battery power and all that, but it really doesn't, you know what I mean? I'm actually quite surprised by it, because that was one of the downsides when I bought it. I thought I didn't really want to have something, you know, where a 5 amp hour battery, it lasts an hour. It doesn't. It probably lasts a day, you know what I mean? You don't really seem to notice, you're not forever changing them, but it's to make you comfortable, isn't it? So it is, you know, and it's a necessity as well. So that is it. Right.
Hi guys, my name's Anthony from ALO Electrical Security. Will has asked me to show you my Dewalt fan. Here it is. So it takes the 18 volt battery, which is the most important thing. Just slots it in the middle here. Like so. Got your dial here for your fan. It's basically a fan. Not a lot more to say. Rotate it anywhere you want. Got cool little hangers, depending on where you're doing your work. You can also plug it into the mains, but when I bought this one, you couldn't buy it in the UK, so I had to buy it from Aztec Tools. So it's the American version, but your 18 volt batteries work just exactly the same. Just means it's slightly more expensive. The thing about this is we've packed it out, so we've got the stealth mounts here, and we can lock it into the back outs. So I've got one of these between my seats in the front of my van as well, which enables me to put it right next to me in the van. So sometimes if you're doing paperwork and you don't have your van on, all the time, you can just have the fan, save your battery and your fuel. But yeah, it's a nice little show up for you. Here it is. It's one of those purchases you don't really ever think you're going to need or want, and it's hard to justify the cost. I think when I bought this it was around 120, 130 pound, but the way we paid for it is if we just did a scrap run, and the scrap run paid for itself. But once you've got it, you realise how you could never live without it, especially when you're in a hot loft. Well, a clean loft, or anywhere that's hot, like a server room, because a lot of our work is mostly clean work, doing fire alarms or security systems, and a lot of the times we might be in a server room that hasn't got any aircon, or a little cupboard somewhere in someone's house or in someone's business, and it's ideal. It's really light. If you've got the pack out system and you do your self mounts, whack it in onto your trolley, sorted. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. Not very good at these videos, but see you next time.
It's just a short little episode. I hope you like it, got something out of it. Anyway, don't forget, if you're going to be anything to be electric, up the old blues. Oi, oi.